What happens when the man you betrayed sues you for every dollar, every lie, and every year you stole from him? Doug Christie just launched the most explosive lawsuit in reality, TV history, and the target's his own wife and his own teammate. After that DNA bombshell confirmed Chris Webber is the real father of Jackie's daughter, Doug didn't cry, he didn't beg, he lawyered up. And now Jackie Christie and Chris Webber are officially being sued for paternity fraud, identity deception, emotional distress, and over $4. $6 million in damages. This isn't just about betrayal anymore. This is about documents, contracts, back child support, and the legacy they tried to steal. Jackie's brand is collapsing. Chris's endorsements are evaporating. And Chantel, she's caught between two last names. One courtroom and a lie that never stops growing. Doug was silent for 2 decades now. He's coming for everything. In the court system, it's wide open because this isn't just payback. This is the official reckoning of Jackie Christie's empire. It's one thing to be betrayed, it's another to find out the daughter you raised for 20 years was never yours, but to be publicly humiliated, lied to by your wife, and quietly mocked by your own teammate. Doug Christie wasn't about to just walk away. He was about to sue them both into the dirt. And now the court documents are public filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court. The lawsuit reads like the plot of a Netflix courtroom drama. Only this isn't fiction. This is Doug Christie versus Jackie Christie and Chris Webber. And boss, the charges are nuclear. Let's break it down. Doug is suing Jackie and Chris for paternity fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress, civil identity manipulation, public misrepresentation for financial gain, and yes, retroactive financial damages going back 20 years. Total amount sought for $4. $6 million, and Doug's lawyers say that number could rise as new evidence surfaces. And what's the evidence? Oh, it's all there. Every lie, every receipt, every whispered secret that Jackie and Chris thought would never see. Daylight is now exhibit. Doug's legal team included the DNA test results confirming 0 biological connection to Chantel, a second test showing 99. 98% paternity match to Chris Webber Jackie's journal entries, where she admitted knowing the truth, the leaked voicemail, where she warned Chris to stick to the story, and the bombshell clause in Jackie's VH1 contract, where she falsely claimed she was raising her and Doug's biological child. Let that sink in. Jackie built a TV career, a brand, and a public image off a lie. And now Doug wants every dollar that lie earned. But wait, boss, there's more. Doug isn't just going after money, he's demanding a full public correction of the birth certificate. He wants Chris Webber legally listed as the biological father, not just in private documents, but on all future public records. This isn't about pettiness, this is about permanent correction. And Jackie, she's spiraling, sources say. When she got served the lawsuit, she collapsed in her foyer and cried for 2 hours straight, but don't get it twisted. This isn't the emotional breakdown of an innocent woman, this is the panic of a fraudster who just got legally cornered. And Chris Webber silent. No public response, no statement, just rumors of him firing his publicist and switching legal representation overnight. But let's talk about the court strategy, because Doug's team isn't just coming for headlines, they're coming for president. His lead attorney, a high-profile Beverly Hills litigation shark, told the media, "This isn't just about Mr. Christie. This is about any man who's ever raised a child under a lie. We will establish paternity fraud as a serious, actionable civil offense with consequences." Or a translation, they're not just taking Jackie down, they're setting a legal blueprint for every future betrayed father in America. Boss, this case could change laws. Now let's talk money, because that's where things get bloody. Doug's lawyers presented a timeline of damages: private school tuition, $180,000 college contributions, $95,000 medical coverage, $72,000 vacations, $230,000 Sweet 16 party with Bow Wow, $75,000 miscellaneous expenses, gifts, cars, clothing, $150,000 brand damage to Doug's name via false paternity storylines, $500,000 emotional distress valuation, $1. $88 million Jackie's VH1 income and endorsements earned using the lie, $1.5 million plus total $4. $6 million and counting, and that doesn't include Chris Webber's portion, which Doug is demanding. Be split 50, Adri Tsanemosi and Nyanaswadre. 50 between the two co-defendants. That means both Jackie and Chris may be responsible for over $2 million each. Now here's where it gets even messier. Doug's legal team requested preliminary subpoenas on Jackie's financial records, and what they found: shell accounts, hidden payments, consulting fees from reality TV companies that never existed. According to one insider, Jackie, the court could recommend criminal review of the forged birth certificate, But that's not the only move being exposed, because depositions officially began, and the leaks boss, they're wild. We've now seen partial transcripts from Doug's official statement under oath. Here's a real quote that made headlines. "I spent 20 years protecting Jackie's image. Now I realize I was shielding the lie, not the woman," Mike dropped. Doug went on to testify about the psychological toll, admitting, "There were times I felt something was off, but I ignored it. I loved my family. I thought I was doing the right thing, but love doesn't excuse deception." And then came Jackie's turn. Her testimony, a disaster. She fumbled through questions, contradicted her earlier statements, claimed she never meant to hurt Doug, but admitted she had a feeling the child wasn't his since year one. One key exchange went like this: "Attorney, did you knowingly list Mr. Christie as the biological father on Chantel's birth certificate?" "Jackie, I didn't list him. The nurse just asked and I said his name." "Attorney, so you verbally confirmed paternity without a test, Jackie?" "Yes, but it was emotional. I was under stress, boss." The court isn't buying emotional excuses for fraud, and just when things couldn't spiral harder, Chris Webber finally showed up. No lawyers, no entourage, just him walking slowly into the deposition room like a man heading for execution. And what he said, it changed everything I knew the possibility existed. "Jackie told me she wasn't sure I stayed silent to protect her and Doug, but silence can be just as damaging." Boom. Admission under oath that, quote, alone opened him up to co-liability for emotional damages and financial fraud. Doug's attorney wasted no time, so to be clear, you knowingly let another man raise your daughter for 2 decades without informing him of the truth. Chris paused. "Yes, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life." Too little too late, because now the court had all it needed: a forged identity, a confirmed DNA match, a silence conspiracy, a bribe attempt, and public damage tied directly to both Jackie and Chris. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Doug was moving in silence but building momentum. He released one public statement through his legal rep: "This isn't about revenge, it's about accountability. My life was altered by a lie I never asked to carry, and the people who built that lie will answer for it." And the internet ate it up. Modern Justice Fordo started trending. Paternity fraud laws now gained traction in advocacy circles, even verified accounts posted. Doug Christie is the face of calm vengeance. This is how you take your power back. Meanwhile, Jackie's brand was crumbling. Her real estate firm dropped her a podcast she co-hosted was canceled. Even her reality TV syndication rights were paused for breach of moral clauses. Boss, she's bleeding professionally, financially, and emotionally, and Chris melting down in private. One insider leaked a text message reportedly sent from Webber to his team. "This is spiraling. I never expected court. I just wanted it to stay buried, boss." This scandal is now front-page global, even international gossip sites picked it up, and Chantel, she's stepping into her own power. She officially filed paperwork to change her legal last name, citing emotional harm and personal identity reconstruction as her reason in an exclusive interview snippet leaked by a publishing outlet. Chantel says, "This isn't just about who my father is, it's about truth, about being allowed to live in reality, not a script my mother created." And then she dropped the title of her upcoming book, Built on Lies, My Life as Someone Else's Daughter. Boss, that book alone might bury Jackie's image permanently. But now we shift focus back to the courtroom, because here's what's next. Jackie may be facing criminal charges for the bribe attempt. Chris Webber is preparing for a second civil case if Doug's team splits claims. Doug has filed for official reimbursement orders, not just damage awards, and the judge is considering a motion to televise the full trial. You heard that right. This trial, Jackie versus Doug Chris in the crosshairs, may soon be aired publicly. Testimonies, breakdowns, cross-examinations, all of it. And VH1, they're watching closely, deciding whether to rebrand entirely and cut ties with the basketball wives' legacy. Meanwhile, Doug has stayed cool, composed, and deliberate. Sources say he's declined every single reality TV pitch thrown his way, including offers to turn the scandal into a docuseries. Why? Because, as he reportedly told his team, "I didn't ask for the spotlight, but now that I have it, I'll use it to tell the truth, not to entertain." Foss, that's power, that's class, that's a man who lost everything and still walked out with dignity. And Jackie, she's cornered by the court, by the media, by her own daughter. All that's left now is the verdict. The courtroom was packed. Reporters lined the walls. Cameras waited outside. Even former NBA teammates and reality TV producers slipped in through side doors, desperate to witness the fall of two once iconic names, Jackie Christie and Chris Webber. But this